from there. I learned that Lionel Messi's contract delays are also based on that to know the future
of Barcelona.
It's a hidden intention to know the future of Barcelona and their presence in La Liga before that is signed into a real contract. And now it is coming to this point where a country and an emerging country might be at loggerheads. What effect would this have on La Liga?
I think we've always said this: in an ideal world, if politics and sports could be separated,
it's difficult.
That would make it an ideal world. But unfortunately, we do not live in an ideal world. So the Catalan referendum is now spiraling into what many of us feared was going to happen, with them declaring independence or secession from Spain, and Spain actually now cancelling out and administering or instituting direct rule in that Catalan region. It's going to be chaos down there. But for football, for the clubs right now, like you mentioned, Messi has a clause in his contract. He hasn't renewed his contract yet, in spite of the pricey 500,000 a week
it's alleged
price tag. The alleged 500,000 a
which
week
which is attracting Cristiano Ronaldo to demand for an increase in his as well.
Of course, but it's unfortunate right now, and it's going to be very interesting if theoretically, or let's say hypothetically, if Barcelona is not going to feature in La Liga, and maybe they opt to join, as the Catalan region wants to be independent, maybe to try and form up their own league, or to join up with a smaller, these are big clubs. We're talking about Espanyol, we're talking about Barcelona.
Of course.
These are very big clubs. So it's going to be it's going to be a dicey situation, and my prayer right now is with this declaration that it's not going to lead to any kind of violence. There's not going to be any kind of violence.
I hope so, because last time it was bad.
No, because right now it's sort of like an unstoppable force has just met an immovable object. The result is chaos.
What a description.
The result is chaos. Right now, the result is going to be chaos. I mean, the last time Barcelona had to play their match
behind closed doors.
Behind closed doors, no fans.
Luckily, tomorrow they are playing away. It will be home, so
they will be away. But then this is going to divide, like we said. I think if we look at the bigger picture, the Spanish national team itself and Russia 2018 actually coming up, this is going to just be...
It's a big distraction.
It's a big distraction. Yes. So I think we're going to have to monitor this story for the next few days and see how it actually plays out, especially, with the team, with Barcelona as a team and the Spanish national team as a whole.
Well, we'll watch and see what happens. We just hope that it doesn't escalate into something that we disrupt the good flow of football in Spain. They have always been a model when it comes to beautiful football. They have been a model. Which a lot of matches will take place tomorrow as in the world of football. But tonight as well, some games are on the way in some leagues, and some games will still come up. Somebody is out of the team, your brother, your friend, Neymar.
Yes.
For a silly red card. He's not going to play against Nice. Against Nice tonight. You miss it. It's a second yellow that he would have gotten, but he has gotten it. Is he getting the bad books at PSG already?
Well,
there's no week that passes without him having
some kind of problem. Yes, I mean, I think it's just adjusting. I think coming from these are very passionate players. The Brazilians are generally very passionate people, and playing in La Liga. You're coming into more of a, that with the French league, it's more of a, for lack of a better word, it's less chaotic, it's less passionate, it's more, refined, for lack of a better word. So coming into this, and with all the egos and all the hype and all that, he's a young man.
Is it too much on his shoulders at this point in time?
I think he's just a...
You supported this move. You said he was going to shine in France. He was going to be a shining star.
He is.
He was going to be humble because he was going to lead the team.
I didn't necessarily say humility. I said he was going to shine. But I didn't necessarily say it was going to be, that humility. I mean... When you're earning the kind of money he's earning in a week, I think
doesn't know what to do with it.
It's sort of like all dressed up with nowhere to go. It puffs his shoulders up a bit, and he's playing a different kind of game, different kind of pattern. it's going to take a little time. And then, we had the whole Cavani incident. Cavani, it's still lingering. Cavani says we don't have to be friends. We just have to get the job done.
Just play
and
together.
I think that's where they are right now. So it's a lot of things. It's a lot of factors playing in for this young man. It's, yes, the red card. Will his team miss him? Yes. Maybe even maybe Cavani right now is actually
silently happy.
Finally, he's going to be out, and I can shine. I can go back to shining. But I think they can still hold their own. I think they can still hold their own. They're going. Yes, they're going to miss him. Investors are going to feel his absence, especially not getting the value for their money since he's not going to feature. But PSG do have the firepower and the squad to get the job done. They're going to do that. They're going to do what they do best: score some goals, win some points.
Talking about players that are not having it easy with their clubs and some not having it easy with their managers, Luke Shaw and Jose Mourinho. The story is still developing.
The plot thickens.
We spoke about that on this program yesterday. Jose Mourinho has come out to say Luke Shaw's declaration that he would like to reunite with Mourinho Pochettino is coming out of honesty, that Luke Shaw is honest, not necessarily because he's unstable at Manchester United, but he's actually spilling out the true thoughts from his mind. Yes. Mourinho is still going on with his mind games as usual.
No, I think in that regard, Mourinho is right. Because
he's right.
In that regard, he's right.
But it's a player you're benching.
No, that's what I mean.
Not happy.
Get what I mean. Get what I'm saying. This is my point. Yes, Luke Shaw is right for saying what he's saying because he's obviously frustrated, and I think that's where Mourinho is actually coming from.
He's still under contract with the current club.
He's still under contract, yes, but he's not being featured. He's not. He feels he's being sidelined and he's not being featured. And he would not be the first player or the last player to make this kind of complaint. He's not being featured. He feels he's being put on the bench. And this is classic Mourinho. Mourinho, maybe you fall out of favor with Mourinho, or you have some kind of disagreement or misunderstanding, or maybe he just doesn't see you in the vision of his club or what he wants to do. He benches you. So, this is a young man
out of the club. He has done that to many players before.
This is a 22-year-old. This is a young man. He's at the prime. He feels he's at the pinnacle of his game.
How good is Luke Shaw, in your opinion?
I mean,
do you think it is anybody at Manchester United that he should actually bench?
Right now?
I don't see so.
I don't see so. To be honest, I agree with you on that. I don't really see so. Luke Shaw is just he's like a flash in the pan. He's one of those players that he's not... he's not prolific or fantastic, but he's there. He's just that. He's good enough to get by. And right now, Mourinho just does not see him in that light. And Luke Shaw, don't get me wrong, it's also right to feel like this. To feel, what? I feel I was more valued in my own club, and I would like to go back to my own club. Everybody wants to be where they're celebrated and not tolerated. And to him, that's how he feels right now, like he's just being tolerated. So, yes, he's right for actually saying that. And Mourinho, I also agree with Mourinho to actually come out to say, well, he is speaking, Luke Shaw speaking the truth. But, it's sort of like, I think he's being honest, because it's sort of like he's tiptoeing around the fact that two of us,
he's still his mind games. He knows what he's doing.
Exactly.
Don't be surprised you see Luke Shaw in the next lineup for Manchester United.
Of course.
Maybe tomorrow against Tottenham, you can't tell. You play him one last time to show him that I don't need you, by exposing his weaknesses, and then
he puts him out there.
The young man
maybe he doesn't perform,
depressed.
And then it becomes, you see, this is exactly why I didn't put you on the field in the first place.
This is a stadium on Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM. Buchi thinks Luke Shaw is speaking the truth, just like Jose Mourinho said. What do you think? You can join the program by calling 081 89 99 1011. Which games are coming up tomorrow, but before that, there's this rumor that Carlo Ancelotti may just return to Chelsea if Antonio Conte is fired. And Conte came out to say it's disrespect on his person from the media. The media is not respecting him. Are you seeing his job as being under some kind of threat now? Will he be on the list of our managerial casualties that we'll be talking about on the program here?
To be honest, I don't think so. Unless
his performance has not been very, very wonderful. Chelsea has struggled in the last few games.
That's true. Chelsea has struggled in the last few games.
And knowing who Roman is.
Yes, that's
Roman Abramovich is like Fiorentino Perez. Sometimes you win the trophies for him, but inside his mind he knows that this is the end.
You and I don't get along.
Yeah,
you should just walk away.
And Ancelotti was fired in a very funny way.
That's true.
He said he has no personal problem with the club owner. So anything opens up like that, it's possible that Ancelotti could take up that job.
I mean, I don't know right now, because for me, I think it's too early in the game to speculate. But this is the British tabloid media we're talking about.
Yeah.
These, tabloid media in Britain has to be one of the most salacious and one of the most vicious in broadcast journalism, in general, especially tabloid media.
Yes.
They can be vicious and they can be cruel. Yes, but then we also have to acknowledge the fact that there's no smoke without fire.
Of course.
Something
is brewing somewhere.
There must be some kind of brewing. Maybe there's grumblings amongst upper echelons of management about Conte right now.
Yeah.
But I feel he's a world-class coach. This is a coach that took Chelsea to take the league. Yes, season has changed. More games are coming up. This is the challenge. Give the man the time. Yes, there's some injuries right now, but give the man that time. Give him that time. Let's not bury him before he's dead. Let's not bury him before he's dead. Give him some time. I mean, it's not like, yes, Chelsea have struggled. They've been struggling with the first few matches.
Good evening and welcome to the stadium.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Hello, good evening, welcome. What's your name and where are you calling from?
This is just calling from Yanya.
The First Lady of Chelsea. Welcome to the program.
The First Lady herself. Good evening.
Honestly, I don't know where is getting it from, getting their own report from that Antonio Conte with his back. And when they asked the man was very annoyed.
Yes.
But anyway, even though if it's been sacked, I don't think Conte is a good coach.
Yes.
And I believe as soon as he's been sacked, he will get another job elsewhere.
Yeah.
So I'm not, because I don't really know what is happening with Chelsea these days. They didn't give him enough money to shop for players. And this is happening to them, and they are blaming me for him.
All he wanted was Morata, and he got him. He got him Rudiger.
Before he got Morata, he has his own players he wanted to buy. But they didn't give him money on time to buy those players.
Is it because you guys lost out on Lukaku? I hope that's a factor there.
No, anyway, I wish him best of luck. Even if he's this, even Ancelotti that is coming. Yeah. Ancelotti won FA Cup and the EPL title for Chelsea. He was fun the following year. So I don't even know what Ancelotti is coming to do there.
So if Conte leaves, who would you recommend to Roman Abramovich?
I will still tell them to still stick with Antonio. Antonio Conte is a good coach. Yes. Why would they let him go?
Okay. Let's watch and see. Let's see after tomorrow when Chelsea visits Bournemouth. Let's see the result. If it is a 3-3 draw.
Chelsea for life. No mind Ted.
All right, thanks for calling on the program. But Manchester United will be hosting Tottenham Hotspur tomorrow without Harry Kane.
Yes.
Mourinho has come out to say with or without Kane, Manchester United is ready to do anything you can do on the pitch. What's your take? What will be the outcome of that game? It's going to be an early lunchtime kickoff tomorrow.
I mean, Tottenham right now, Tottenham without Kane is hard to imagine.
Without Kane, West Ham, Tottenham,
exactly. Kane is sort of like the Messi of that team right now. I mean, he's like aside from his prolific goal scoring.
But Son and Dele Alli, they are doing very well.
No, don't get me wrong. He's like that. He's like a talisman in the sense that even if just him being on the field, just him being there, pushes other players to do, to move forward and go for goal. So him not being there, I mean, I think this team is actually going to feel it. Son is there. Son is a brilliant player. Dele Alli is there, brilliant player. Eriksen is there, brilliant player too. It's going to be a tough match. It really is. And this is a team that lost to West Ham within the week. I think they're going to want to come back swinging. They're going to come out full guns blazing. Pochettino, of course, is a man who's not used to failure.
Yes.
And so he's going to come out swinging and try his best. But this is also a Man U side that seems to be finding their feet.
finding their feedback.
Yeah, they seem to be finding their feedback. They were struggling.
Zlatan says he's rushing to come back to complete what he started. He intends to win the EPL this season.
Exactly. I think exactly with that, Zlatan,
that's a boost of confidence.
That's a huge boost of confidence. Yeah. So it's going to be I think a battle of the Titans. It's going to be a really tough match to call. And to be honest, I'm going to just sit out this one. But I would probably lean more towards Man U.
Swansea will visit Arsenal. West Ham, coming on the heels of what they did to Spurs, will be going to Crystal Palace, the Whipping Boys, even though they got it better against Chelsea. Huddersfield Town, they just had a wonderful result.
Yes.
They are going to Liverpool. Stoke City at Watford. West Bromwich Albion will welcome Manchester City, the table toppers.
Yes.
And Chelsea, in the evening game, will visit Bournemouth. That will be a very, very tough game as well, I expect. We'll watch out to see those games tomorrow because we'll be in the stadium here to give you details of what is happening in those games. Buchi, what game are you expecting this weekend? That is, apart from Tottenham and Man U,
of course.
What tough game are you looking at?
I'm looking at the Chelsea game too. Chelsea, yes, they're my team, but sometimes, especially times like this where everybody seems they're not as balanced, especially at the back right now. Especially and also with these smaller teams too. I'm going to be looking at that game keenly. That's the game I'm actually going to follow, and I would also want to see the Arsenal Swansea game. Yeah,
it will be a tough game. I'm expecting. I want to watch that game too.
And this is it seems like with what's in the media right now, Arsene Wenger seems to be walking that tightrope with management. By the summer, his contract seems going to be coming up for review. So he's going to be going out and gunning to get all those points. So it's going to be interesting to watch.
25 points for Manchester City, 20 for Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur, separated by goal difference. 16 for Chelsea and Arsenal, separated by goal difference. So those games will be coming up tomorrow and on Sunday. Tomorrow we'll be here on the stadium from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. 2 full hours of talking sports, especially football. We'll give you results of the games as they go and the games that will be coming up on Sunday. Some games will be played tonight. We'll give you the results of those games tomorrow by the time we come into the stadium to discuss sports. That's the size of the program this evening, which thanks for making it despite the traffic. Next time, carry your joggers. You have to start running from wherever you are. Just get on that cab and run to the stadium and get there in time.
Most definitely.
My name is Ted. Thanks to Queen Jane over there for pulling the buttons. We'll do this again tomorrow evening. On behalf of everybody, we're out.